$9.99 a month. The Customer Appreciation Sale at Acura of Pembroke Pines. Thank you for making us number one.
For over 16 years, EJDConstruction.com has provided South Florida residents quality craftsmanship, accurate project management, and exceptional service. That's why EJDConstruction.com is an A-rated member of Angie's List and the Better Business Bureau. When you're looking for the right custom home builder for additions or home remodeling, please call my friend Eric at 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDConstruction.com.
It starts every morning before the sun comes up. Projects are laid out. Plans are made. Equipment is fueled and loaded with inventory to handle all service requests. Orders are given to an army of skilled landscape maintenance professionals, certified arbor trimmers, irrigation technicians, and licensed pest management experts who fan out to communities and businesses all over South Florida. Experienced, on time, and dependable. Our staff is fully trained, licensed, and insured. Contact us by phone, email, social media, or through our website to answer all your landscape questions. We are Cutter's Edge. Total Landscape Solutions.
We're celebrating a new year with new savings at Toyota of Hollywood, the official #1 volume Toyota dealer. Save big on a 24 Corolla, not $24,000, $17,988. Buy with 0% financing, 0 down. We're bringing you deals that strike fast and hard at the #1 volume Toyota dealer, Toyota of Hollywood, on 441 between Hollywood Boulevard and Sheridan Street. Open till midnight.
When it comes to your smile, confidence is so important. At Moody S Dental, they provide the services to get your smile back. This family-run practice prides itself by offering the latest technology to give your family the best experience possible. Moody S Dental has been in business for over 30 years with offices in Hialeah and Plantation. They accept most major dental insurances. They provide free new patient exams, 20% off select treatments. To qualify, please follow us on Instagram at moodys.dental. Moody S Dental has been in business for over 30 years. To schedule an appointment in Hialeah, call 305-821-0231 and Plantation 954-692-6825. From Invisaligns, dental implants, same-day crowns, and the preventative care and preservation to get your smile back. Go to moodysdental.com to find out more and tell them Big O sent you.
Welcome to Caneswear. New store, new items, same great experience. Family owned and operated since 2010, Caneswear has the latest merchandise from the Miami Hurricanes, Miami Dolphins, Florida Panthers, Inter Miami CF, and more. Come visit us at our store in Davie on University Drive, just south of 595, or online at caneswear.com. Caneswear, the spot Miami fans shop.
There's just one place where you can take $10,000 off the 2025 Acura MDX. The Customer Appreciation Sale at Acura of Pembroke Pines. Thank you for making us #1.
When it comes to selling your home, efficiency is the best way, the less stress way. That's why Asmani Garcia and the Omega Home Realty Group is who you want to call. Sell your home for just $990. That's right, $990. No 6% commission. Asmani and Omega are the exclusive program director for just $990 in South Florida. Get full service real estate services like pro photos, beautiful brochures, Zillow and Alex, Realtor.com and Homes.com listings. Call Asmani to find out more at 305-440-1990. Scan the QR code or visit just990.com to get started. Omega Home Realty Group and Asmani Garcia are ready to present your home to thousands of prospective buyers. Call 305-440-1990. Call Asmani Garcia and tell him Big O sent you.
After 40 years, the Big Cheese Miami is still producing great Italian food. They started in 1984. Since then, they've been winning awards while being voted the best inexpensive Italian restaurant in Miami. Visit them for great food, amazing service. Witness the decades of Cane's memories. The walls are like a Miami Hurricanes Hall of Fame. The Big Cheese delivers anything on its menu or party platter menu to your home, office, or even a park for a picnic. Located at 8080 Southwest 67th Avenue, Miami. Call 305-662-6855. TheBigCheeseMiami.com, where they serve large portions at family prices.
Hi, this is Jeff Welt from Welton Rayom. Dan and I have been in business together for over 22 years. We're not your typical lawyers. When Dan's not working in the office, he's flying his stunt plane. When I'm not in the office, I'm either getting tattooed, bowling, riding a motorcycle, or going to concerts. We might not be your typical attorneys, but we are aggressive attorneys, and we'll do whatever it takes to get you what you deserve. Consultations are always free. Call us anytime, 24/7.
Welton Rayom can help.
There's just one place where you could drive a new Acura ZDX for only $239 a month. The Customer Appreciation Sale at Acura of Pembroke Pines. Thank you for making us number one.
If you're looking to take your home or business to the next level, then RM Contractors and Custom Drywall can assist you. RM specializes in new residential turnkey, new commercial turnkey, home and office remodeling. Call them for free estimates. Serving all of South Florida, licensed and insured. Call Ray or Mike, 305-345-3649. You work hard to create the perfect atmosphere. You dream it, we'll build it. RM Contractors and Custom Drywall, 305-345-3649 or Instagram at RMC Fisher Island.
The viewpoint, statements, or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyXS.com, Media Group Inc. ownership, management, sponsors, or website. When it comes to South Florida sports teams, very few in the media have witnessed, lived, and covered it like the Big O. Let's start the program dedicated to your favorite South Florida teams with a passion that's unmatched. The Big O Radio Show is on. Here's the Big O.
All righty. Welcome aboard. Good morning, one and all, or afternoon or evening, whenever it is you tune in to the show, watch it, download it, all that good stuff. Thank you. We are blessed. Don't forget to hit that like button every time you come on board or you watch any of the segments or rants or anything like that. Please hit the like button. It's very, very, very important and very grateful when you do that. So thank you all on a beautiful Wednesday, March 5th, 2025. Yes, sir. All right. Got some stuff to talk about today on the show. I'm looking forward to little exercise tonight. Go back to I got my new gym. My new gym is a roller skating rink now. That's my new gym. So I'll be at Miami Roller Rink tonight having some fun. Saturday, by the way, I'm going to be out at Fort Lauderdale United. So just in case, if you happen to be going to the Fort Lauderdale United and Tampa Bay Sun FC game, I'll be out there on Saturday. Tomorrow we'll be at Hialeah Park. We are, I think we're off this Friday, right, Sean? We're on studio, right? We're not on the road on this Friday, correct? I think so. I think it's next Friday when we're back on the road, if I'm right? No? We are, right? We're in studio. So, yeah, we're in studio Friday. So, Thursday, if you want to catch us, we'll be at Hialeah Park at 3 o'clock. And then Saturday, we'll be at Fort Lauderdale United. And checking out the ladies and the third iteration of the Florida Derby. And, you know, there's always been a thing between Miami and Tampa or Fort Lauderdale and Tampa, depending on where our soccer teams have been over the years, male or now female, which is really cool. So I'll be there Saturday. So come on out and join us. If you are out there, say hi. Or if you go out to Hialeah Park, please say hi. We always appreciate that. You're making a couple of those appearances. What else do we have going on? I saw music-wise, what's it called? Ghost is coming to town July 13th. I know I do music later on in the show most of the time, but I saw that this morning, so I'm looking forward to that. Ghost at the Kaseya Center July 13th. And for you Tampa folks on the 12th, you can go check out the Skeleton World Tour for Ghost. But looking forward to that. And if you go to the Ghost concert and you see me, say hi. June 28th, I saw Big Country, Tommy Two-Tone, and Bow Wow Wow. Saturday, June 28th at the Culture Room. Although Big Country doesn't have their singer anymore. He passed away like 20 years ago or something. I don't know how long ago it was. I remember doing the show and talking about it. I don't know when it was, but it was a long time ago. Tommy Two-Tone has the one song, and Bow Wow Wow basically has the one song. So I don't know about that concert. But anyway, so just a couple things there, just in case if you happen to go around and you're going to be around the town, and you happen to go to any of those places, I'll tell you where I'm going to be at and would love to meet you as always. Appreciate that. What else do we have going on? Heat back in action tonight. They'll get punished by the Cavaliers. 51-10 are the Cavs. The Heat are 29-31. Remember when people thought that Donovan Mitchell would think of this place as a destination? I think Donovan Mitchell made the right choice. Not that the Heat really were an option. That's just the Heat Nation that wants everybody and thinks everybody wants to be here. You know what I'm saying? But just kind of interesting how the Donovan Mitchell thing worked out, where people are like, why would he stay in Cleveland? Well, it's a hell of a lot better than being in Miami right now. And so we'll see how the Heat, can they come up with a hell of a game tonight and shock the world and beat the Cavs. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if this Heat team can do things like that. I'm kind of expecting a lot of pain tonight when it comes to the Heat. But it is what it is. What are you going to do? What else do we have going on in the world of you guys out there? Stephen Harris, I see, is number one. Cosa Nostra. Yep, they released Devon Adams. I don't know where he and Rodgers. Something tells me they're not going to end up in the same place this time around. That's all I'm saying. And I'll talk a little Rodgers later on the show. Juan Mendoza is in the house. Today's a good day to trade for Kevin Durant and Giannis. Let's go Heat. Looks like the Bears fixed their line. Yeah, the Tunney trade they just made. What you're talking about right now, the Chiefs have traded their guard tackle, Pro Bowler Joe Tunney, to the Bears. The 32-year-old is going into his 10th season. The Chiefs, basically, it's a salary dump. They free up $16 million. They give up a fourth-round pick, the Bears do, in order to pick up Tunney. This is one of those where, remember, the Chiefs line didn't play great this year. And Tunney's a heck of a player, but is he still in his prime right now? And that's where you've got he's 32. And you are taking a little bit of a gamble with the Bears, but the thing is, it's a fourth-round pick. It's not that bad. Now, the question is, how much of an extension are you giving him? You know what I'm saying? And the Chiefs do a pretty good job of getting off the gravy train. And I wonder if they're getting off the gravy train right now and opening up salary and then, all that kind of stuff, because they do save $16 million in this move. So I don't know. It's one of those where it looks like a good move overall. The Bears needed to do it, especially with their young quarterback who's got his issues that he's, got to settle down. He needs some time to throw the ball. But the the Tunney move, listen, you're not really giving up that much. To me, the gamble is really on the extension. How much are you giving a 32-year-old? How many more years are you going to give him on top of what he's got left on the contract? And that's the only thing that I would be concerned about if I'm a Bears fan. But for the 1 or 2 years, it should be a decent move. You know what I'm saying? Although I am a little worried that the Chiefs, who need offensive line help, are getting rid of him. It is kind of, I know you need the salary space, but you got to protect Mahomes. Priority number 1, dude. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of odd. It's kind of a weird deal, you know, because you're trading a player that protects the most important player. Even if you need the salary, how did it work out for the Dolphins? Even if you need the salary, that may not be the place you want to cut. Now, he's 32. Rob Hunt was young. So, again, I think we've learned our lesson there with that one. But the Tunney one is an interesting one, you know? So, we'll see. We'll see. Bitcoin, by the way, flirting around 89, 90,000. It's just kind of, it's so weird. It's so kind of childish because the people that are selling and then they're idiots that are selling. It's like the entire administration owns Bitcoin. And now Howard Lutnick came out and said that Trump's going to announce the Bitcoin reserve on Friday. And then, you know, they're going to handle the Bitcoin reserve differently than other cryptos, which I've been trying to tell you that from the get-go, because the cryptos are crypto. Bitcoin's completely different. Bitcoin's not crypto. And so it's like I trip out with the people that like find it insulting. I own XRP, Solana, and ADA. And to me, that reserve doesn't mean shit. You know why? ADA can be outdated. Solana can get outdated. XRP can get outdated. Bitcoin cannot. It's a store value. It's gold. It's finite. A faster chain can be made. A better chain can be made than XRP, than ADA. And they will come. Caspa is the better blockchain, actually. And Cardano actually is the better Ethereum. To be, if we're gonna cut the bullshit, Cardano is the faster, cleaner Ethereum. Just like Caspa is the faster, cleaner Bitcoin. But it's just like people don't follow this shit. They really don't understand. You know, I can't get into the technology part of it because I'm not that smart, but I do follow this enough to kind of know that all this stuff can get outdated and faster and better blockchains can be built. But store value, there's only one, you know? So that's where it's a little different. And that's why, to me, I laugh at the people that are like, oh, they're so insulted that I say, oh, you can't, Bitcoin is not anything compared to, you know, Ethereum or whatever or anything. Nothing. You cannot compare Bitcoin to any of that. It's not crypto. So it's just kind of interesting. And so Friday, when that announcement officially comes, I would imagine that Bitcoin is going to go to Kingdom Come. You know what I mean? So I don't understand any of the people that sold. In fact, I only understand the people that bought. Those are the only people, because it's only going to go one way. I'm not a financial advisor or anything like that, but nothing is stopping Bitcoin. Nothing. No tariffs, no inflation, no stagflation, no great economy. Nothing is stopping Bitcoin to pump to the heavens, to the stars. Okay, nothing is going to stop it. So it's just a matter of time, and then eventually everybody will figure it out. And none of these parties are saving our dollar, our economy, or any of that stuff. So it's just funny. They each take turns in burying us a little deeper is what they're going to do. That's what they do. as you know, because I'm not a fan of either one. But by the way, that was funny yesterday. The president's speech, and then you've got the Dems with the little what are those things called? Those things that they were waving when they disagreed with something or whatever. Did you watch it yesterday? You didn't even watch it. Okay, you didn't watch it. Whatever those things are called, but they're funny. They're like fans, but with messages on them. I don't know what they're called. I have no idea what the hell they're called. But that was just too funny. That was just so funny and weak and sad and oh man. Anyway. Let's see. What else do we have here? Juan Mendoza. Jake from Palatown. Let's see. And Greer sticks to status quo when it comes to linemen. Well, but maybe also Tunney doesn't want to be here. Who knows? Trade me somewhere, and maybe they were accommodating him a little bit. Maybe he wanted to go to Chicago. Who knows? We're not a sexy destination, And again, that deal is kind of good, but it might end up becoming a bad deal if Tunney kind of falls off the map. It's hard. I have a hard time with that one because you need linemen, and you're trading one of your linemen that's supposedly one of your best linemen. It's kind of weird. And you have Pat Mahomes, so they must have a great plan in place. I got to say. They must have a great plan in place. Jonathan Cago, Jay Gelfin is in the house. He's smashing it. Thank you, sir. As always, Ray Varnicus. I wonder if you have an idea of what veteran QB the Finns might be interested in signing to back up Tua. Any inside info? Ray, do you listen to the show? Does anybody want to answer the question for Ray? Ray's like on all the time. I gave you hints. Then we finally came on and just flat out told you the names. Please, those of you out there that pay attention all the time and listen to the show and watch it, please, on the chat board, enlighten Ray Varnicus on the two names. One of the two will sign here with the Miami Dolphins. Just enlighten the man. You guys know it. I mean, I passed on the info. You guys pass it on to Ray Varnicus, please. Alexis Palenzuela, Ray Sosa, Edward Thurston Howe, One-Eyed Jack. Holland has not been the same since he had those two knee injuries versus the Jets in the Black Friday game. Tag is too high. Yeah. Remember we talked about that, and Sean enlightened me on how high that stupid tag was. It was like 19 million, if I remember correctly, or something stupid. Yeah, unfortunately. And I love Javon Holland. I hate to see him leave. I wanted him drafted. Okay. But the first 2 years don't compare to the last 2 years. And I can't argue that. So maybe there's something wrong with his knees. I'm not sure. I hope it doesn't happen, and I hope he finds his way, because he's a really good dude, smart guy. And I think he was headed to be a hell of a player, dude. I hope that it's not that he had some injury that, is hurting him. Horn Dog Rosendo, may this Ash Wednesday season of repentance bring us the blessing of your forgiveness and the gift of your light. Thank you, Rosendo. Big Johnson is in the house. Steven says, I hate to be negative, but brutally honest, it's a loss for the Heat. Oh, God, yes. Yeah, they could get their ass kicked tonight. If the Heat can maintain lead over the Cavs in the third, that's a win already. That's true, because if they get past the third quarter, that Ray, when you're right, my brother. Steven Gonzalez, the Bears are actually doing something Miami is not doing. I know what Miami has planned, but they are way better to do something. No. Miami is not. I don't know what Miami has planned, but they better do something. Yeah, they better. I mean, they know, bro. They know their jobs. They have to know their jobs are on the line. What will the Dolphins do with Bradley Chubb's contract? Talked about that too, bro, a while back. And I think they're cutting him. I think he's going to be a post-June 1 cut because they need all the cap space. That's what I think is going to end up happening. Captain Saki is in the house in Tarpon Springs. Let's see. Sam the Man. Pat in Asheville. Paddles. Pitiful paddles. It was funny when the Dems pointed towards Musk. Yes, on the unelected bureaucrats. That was like, huh? No more unelected bureaucrats. Like, yo, dude, you have the biggest unelected bureaucrat ever doing it. That was great. That was great. That was fantastic. That was awesome. And by the way, I thought the Reverend Al Green was, all about staying together and all that. You threw out the Reverend Al Green yesterday. See, this is why, and again, I hate both parties. Understand that. Okay, because I take shots at both parties all the time. Don't like either party. Don't think either party really helps us, to be quite honest. Say it all the time. But Dems, right, they get their guy thrown out. And then when Biden's talking and you got Marjorie going up, you should have thrown his ass out. But see, Dems are weak. That's why they allow the border and they allow millions of people to just, they had the Willy Wonka defense. That Biden had Willy Wonka on the border, in the south border. When you watch Willy Wonka and the kids are about to do something they're not supposed to, no, please, no, don't do that. That's what we had at the border. We had Willy Wonka at the border. No, don't cross. No, don't come on over. Soft. You should have kicked Marjorie out too. See? Weak ass. Do unto others as they do unto you. And see? And that guy's waving his cane and won't shut up. And then they kicked his ass out. You should have kicked out Marjorie, and you should have. That lawn gnome shouldn't be anywhere in Congress anyways as it is. So you should have kicked her sorry ass out, but you didn't. So there you go. Just weak ass Dems with their little signs. Shit was so sad, bro. Sad. So sad. What else are we doing here? Jake from Palatown, Skylar Tipton, Lenny Pena, Walter Olivares. Mariota or Flacco is what Big O has said to me. Lenny Pena says Jimmy G or Dobson. Lenny Pena pays attention. Jake from Palatown pays attention. Steven Gonzalez pays attention. Big Johnson's a smartass. Stephen Harris pays attention. I like that you guys pay attention. Let's see. What else do we have? Dems weren't loud enough. Wait, they're always soft, bro. Just part of their being. Ocala, morning. Catching the morning show today and smashing it. Thank you, sir. And hello, Lourdes. And he says he's with the wifey there. Let's see. Jake from Patterson. That's the best analogy I've heard. Wonka at the border. It was. We had Willy Wonka at the border under Biden. Nah, don't cross. No, you guys, no, don't worry about it. No, don't go over that fence now. Are you here to stop us? I'm just here to tell you, I don't know, don't do it. That's all. That's what we had at the border. Easiest thing to close down. It wasn't really that hard, to be quite honest. It's really not impressive what Trump did. It's more depressing what Biden did. Really. It's super easy to close the border. It's not that hard, really. It's not that hard. It's just a responsible thing to do. That's all. Not put Willy Wonka out there to, Go ahead, dive into the chocolate river. That's all. Now it's got to be sanitized. Who knows? It's crazy. Where are we at in Bitcoin? That's the real stuff that's important right now. We're down 88,000 now as the seesaw continues. How about the markets? Markets are up. Dow's up 97 points. The S&P is barely down a third of a point, and the NASDAQ is barely down also. I mean, what is it, 1,300 points it suffered the last 2 days? So, yeah, it's kind of bad. It's kind of bad. Let's see. Frankie says, morning. I don't think Dems are weak. I think it's a strategy. They like people seeing them like we are all about the people. Yeah, no, that's not how it ends up looking. Sorry. Yeah, it looks weak is what it looks like. Frankie, when you're allowed to step all over people, it just you look weak. It's kind of the way it is. Our Heat are going to get mollywopped tonight. They're going to have first, second, third, and fourth quarters tonight. Yeah, I'm not looking forward to tonight's game. I got to say. I'm not looking forward to tonight's game. Dolphins-wise, no one tagged as expected. Holland was not expected to get tagged yesterday. It just didn't make sense. I didn't really want to see Holland go, to be quite honest. I'd love to keep him here for another year, but the only way to keep him here another year is by tagging him. And you can't do that because it's just way too much money, and he has not bounced back. And that's the sad part about all of that. So the Bradley Chubb thing, we've talked about this in the past. I've told you months ago that I thought Bradley Chubb would be a June 1 cut because they've got to rework things. It's this goes on the heels of what I've told you for a long time about Tyreek, because people continue with the stupidity of talking about trading Tyreek and all that kind of stuff, only because they've got nothing else to talk about, write about, or whatever kind of show they're doing. They're just filling airspace, or they really don't understand the situation. They have no choice. Plus, he has so little value at this point. That's the other thing. Look at what players are being traded for. You're going to get nothing and then end up with a huge dead cap space, which they can't afford to do that. And stuff that people don't understand. In a year where everybody's jobs are on the line, they cannot do that. They're stuck like Chuck with the guy. Just like Tua, they're stuck. These are things that people don't understand, the business end of it. And that's what's going on with the Dolphins. They have to make some decisions, but some of them are driven by business. The Tua contract starts this year. There's no getting out of it. The Tyreek guarantees start this year, that there weren't any. You had no guarantees. You were free from Tyreek at the end of the season. They made the mistake of guaranteeing him the money. And it's the money for 2 more years. But as I've told you over and over again, they can get out after next season. And that's what will end up happening. Unfortunately, if things don't work out and they blow the whole thing up, Tyreek will be the first one to go after next season. And then if Tua doesn't work out because he continues to play stupid football and continues to get injured because he chooses not to take care of himself, and then he'll be gone the year after that. Because they're stuck with Tua for 2 more years. If he chooses to, get injured again. Or with Tyreek, they're stuck with him for another season. These are the realities. that just some don't want to face. But I get it. It's the slow part of the season. You know, talking Dolphin material is what's going to get you more views and hits than Heat or Marlins or Panthers or Inter or anything like that. So I totally understand that. And you all consume useless Dolphin talk because, you know, you just want to hear Dolphin talk. Even if it doesn't make any sense, you'll sit there and listen to people talk about Tyreek being traded when there's no chance for him to be traded. Zero. But it's a lack of reality or just your lack of not having a life or something. So you just got to talk about something that really makes zero sense. So this is what where we're at right now. Javon Holland can't get tagged because it's way too high. They will never be able to trade Tyreek because they've got to save their jobs. They can't part ways with Tua for 2 more years because they've made a commitment. That's it. These are the facts. These are things that you all have to live with. And talking about anything opposite of that is just a waste of time. The Raiders, by the way, have informed Gardner Minshew they'll release him when the new league year begins next Wednesday, per sources. That is what Tom Pelissero is reporting. Minshew at 46 career starts and still only 28 years old. So there you go. That would be option 3, by the way. You just added option 3 to the Miami Dolphins. Right now, option 3 for the Dolphins: Garoppolo, Dobbs, Minshew. There you go. It's interesting that you guys bring this up because I didn't know if Minshew was going to be available because he's under contract. But now that we're finding out they're going to release Minshew, I would put Minshew as number 3. Minshew can play in this system. Okay? Definitely. Not the answer ever as a starter. If Minshew is your starter, you're effed. Okay? But can he come in for half a game, for a couple of weeks, and keep you afloat? Yeah, he can do that. He can do that. That's the best he can do. If he's got to be your starter, you suck. Let's just get that shit straight. But that can, I would put Gardner as a number 3 option to the Dolphins. Garoppolo's number 1. Joshua Dobbs will be number 2. And now your number 3 option for backup quarterback to Tua Tagovailoa has just appeared right now across the wire in Gardner Minshew. So that's my number 3 right there. In fact, I could argue he might be better than Dobbs. You might get a little more consistency in the passing game. Dobbs will get you more in the athletic game. So let's say Gardner Minshew is 2B. Okay, let's put Dobbs 2A and Minshew 2B. Not a 3, a 2B. That's kind of where I'll go. That's how far I'll go even with Minshew and Dobbs, actually, in this system. For sure, Garoppolo is number 1 with a bullet. That's the guy they want. I'm pretty sure of that. He would be the perfect backup for Tua Tagovailoa. But after that, it goes with those guys right there. So interesting that this developed now during the show, because that becomes definitely an option for the Miami Dolphins. No doubt about it. All right. This is why I basically cut out listening to most Dolphin talk except Big O and Poop and very select few. Even then, everything is fine. Tooth comb. Yes. It's just, listen, I get it, dude. If you're just Dolphin-centric and that's all you write or talk about, you got to come up with bullshit. You know what I mean? And there's plenty of people out there for it. They'll listen to the bullshit and all that. Why? They're in my DMs later on asking the stupid questions that people are talking about. Hey, can they trade Tyreek to this, that? And it's like, dude, don't waste my time. Just, you want to waste your time listening or reading that bullshit about trading Tyreek here or there or that. You go ahead, bro. I know what the media's agenda is doing that. If you want to fall for the banana in the tailpipe, you go ahead, my brother. You knock yourself out. You know what I'm saying? But there's a ton of that out there. And I just kind of refuse to give in to that shit. I'm going to talk about something. Look, now Minshew broke. This is substance. This is legit. That's a legit backup right now for the Dolphins. Guaranteed. That's a legit backup in this system. Not Marcus Mariota because he's a friend, because he's from Hawaii, because they played in the same high school system. Like the dumbest shit in the world people come up with. How about the dude doesn't fit? He cannot play in this system. Just like Huntley can't play in this system. Somehow I knew that, but McDaniel didn't. Strange, isn't that? Strange that I knew that if you sign Huntley, it's like, you got to change the system for that guy. And the moron didn't even change it when he started him. Mike McDaniel is one of the worst game day coaches I have ever seen in my life. It's a shame because he has a great offensive mind. He can design some plays that you're like, respect. But he has no idea how to organize all of that. None whatsoever. He's like a guy that scribbles all over the place and says, I wrote a book. You did? Oh, yeah. It's over there in the stack of papers. What? Yeah, there's no specific order. It's just thoughts. But it tells a story. You could go check it out. That's Mike McDaniel. He doesn't have a book. He has a stack of papers that are completely out of, you're reading the end of the story at the beginning and the beginning of the story in the middle and the middle of the story at the end. And you're like, I need to reorganize all these papers after. Because scatterbrain there can't organize shit. Let's see. I say bring back Cleo Lemon. Edward Thurston Howell is on it, baby. Cleo Lemon. That is the man. If he can't do it, no one can. Edward says, this is the problem with the world these days. Adults acting like spoiled children. Tyreek Hill and the Democrats last night. Just do your job and what you're paid for. Work as a team. Yep. You know what I laugh about both those parties? Is that the Dems are complaining about seeing what the Republicans are doing. But hey, brother, if you guys did a good job, they wouldn't be in office. But since you did a shitty job, they're in office. Just like you're in office because before they did a shitty job. And then the others took office because you did a shitty job. And then the other side took office because you did a shitty job. And that's just kind of, and this guy will do a shitty job. And then the next guy, if he comes from, we're like, the country is like the Miami Dolphins. We got the nice guy coach followed by the asshole coach. So now that we had the asshole coach and we had the nice guy coach, what do we get next? There you go. We have the Democrat. Now we're going to get the Republican next. We had the Republican last. We have the Democrat now. We're going to have the Republican next. The United States of America elects their presidents like the Miami Dolphins hire their head coaches. Soft, hard ass. Soft, hard ass. Soft, hard ass. It's who we are. Jimmy Johnson, Dave Wannstedt. Just kind of the way it goes. What are you going to do? Right? Too funny, man. Too funny. Anyway, he can't design shit either. Every team has no. He can't design, Hunter. Remember, he can design it. He just doesn't know how to use it and when. He can design. He's the guy that helps design the plays, and then the offensive coordinator then knows when to implement them. He isn't an offensive coordinator or a head coach. Mike McDaniel is an assistant coach. He's a what's that called? Not just a play designer, but what's that word that they use in the coaching ranks? A pass coordinator or a run coordinator. And that's what he was in San Fran. He was the run coordinator. And I'm sure he can do both, pass or run. I've seen it here. I'm going to give the man due when he deserves it. Okay. And he can design some plays. It's just he doesn't know when and how to use them. Like I've told you many times, Mike McDaniel is the kid that stole his dad's Ferrari. And then in the joyride, he didn't realize the power of the Ferrari as he wraps it around a tree. Comprende, compadre? Okay. We all know the situation. Some of us have lived it, right? You take your big brother's car, uncle, dad's car, and you think you're a big shot, and all of a sudden when you punch the gas and you feel the muscle and you're like, oh shit, wait a minute, I better watch out here. You know what I'm saying? Happens to all of us, right? So that is Mike McDaniel. They gave him a Ferrari, a Lamborghini, and he wrapped it around a tree. And that's what he does every year. Our Dolphins, our season ends up wrapped around a tree because the kid can't handle the car. And that's our problem with this guy. This guy he sits there in the video game and he's kicking ass, right? What are those racing games called now? Grand Theft Auto and whatever, all those kinds. So he's kicking ass, and then he gets behind the real car and he wraps it around a tree. So that's why he belongs in the office in the background, designing plays in the dark, and then coming out of the cave. Here, coach. And then the coach gets it and then puts it together and makes sense of it all. That's the beauty of the head coach and the coordinator. They become the conductor, right? And they make sure that the orchestra is flowing and everybody is producing the way they're supposed to produce. And they're supposed to deliver. And when each section has its moments to enhance itself and stand out, he's got to make sure he's leading them and pulling it out and getting the best out of them and all of that kind of stuff. Mike McDaniel does not have those skills. He doesn't have the skills of organization, and he doesn't have the skills of maximization. Is that a word? But we made it. Anyway, Mike McDaniel can't even win a challenge. That's right. That is true. Well, McDaniel's not going to relinch his play calling. That's not, we're past that already. I traded a Tyreek playing card for a 1 gram fatty last week. The fatty's gone now, but still okay with the trade. Yeah, I mean, with that fatty, you got a high. With Tyreek, we only get lows. Okay? So you enjoyed a little sativa. Unfortunately, Tyreek is constantly a deep indica. All right. What else do we have? Adam Gase was the wild card. Yeah. Well, Adam Gase is a trendsetter. You people need to respect and Justin, cut the shit out, okay, buddy? You need to respect Adam Gase. All right? He invented social distancing before the pandemic even happened. This guy was showing us what was going to happen. He knew the pandemic was going to happen. He showed everybody social distancing. Nobody stood next to him on the sidelines. He went to the bench to sit down. There was nobody in sight. He wanted it like that. He wanted to show people this is what we're going to have to do in the near future when we have a pandemic. So I give Adam Gase a lot of credit because he was trying to teach the world social distancing. We all thought he was a weirdo. We all thought nobody wanted to be around him. We all thought they didn't like him. No. He was doing the world a service. He was trying to teach everybody about social distancing before you had to actually do it. Trendsetter. Trendsetter. Respect that. Adam Gase, one of a kind. One of a kind. Two of a kind is Jeff Welt and Daniel Rayom at Welt and Rayom. They can help you with so many things: bankruptcy, homeowner property damage, condo damage, criminal defense, business owner claims, commercial litigation, personal injury. They can't help Mike McDaniel after he gets fired. Can't help that. But they can help you if you have any of those issues. 954-966-4646. And something may have happened to you recently, maybe 6 months ago, maybe a year ago, maybe 2 years ago. You're not sure if the statute of limitations are up. The only way you find out is by picking up the phone, call Jeff or Dan, consultation's free, explain your situation, and then they'll tell you if you got a case. By the way, even if you don't need them right now, you're not dealing with bankruptcy. You're not dealing with property damage right now. You're not dealing with any condo damage right now. You're not dealing with a personal injury. Save the number. Because the moment you need them, you got to call them right away. They have their own adjusters, so they'll send them to your home. They'll make sure they get you protected, okay? Because when you call the insurance company and they send their adjusters, they work for the insurance company. 954-966-4646 for Welt and Rayom. All right. Yeah, the Chiefs got rid of the problem. That's exactly what they did. Mario Kart. Yes, exactly. He's great at Mario Kart. And then when you get him behind the wheel of the, Acura NSX, he wraps it around a tree. I'm going to stick with Lamborghini and Ferrari because if he wraps an Acura NSX, I'm going to be so pissed. So I don't care about the Lamborghini and the Ferrari, but I care about an Acura NSX. That thing is badass. I want one of those. By the way, if any of you ever want to be on my good side for the rest of your lives, okay, buy me an Acura NSX. That's all I can tell you. That's it. I'm good with that. Those limited beauties are nice, bro. When they would sell them and have them in the showrooms at Zinn, it would be just worth the trip every twice a month to just go in there. It's like a little mini car show just to check out the NSX. You're like, God damn, that thing is badass. And every time they'd have one, it wouldn't be there for more than a week. 4 or 5 days, it was gone. Somebody would buy it. It's amazing. Some of you out there that have that kind of money, God bless you, man. God bless you that you've made that kind of money. Let's see. What else do we have? McDaniel wrapped the Ferrari around the tree, but the Ferrari was really a lemon. Maybe he wrapped it around a lemon tree. Yader Castro is in. I had to pause before you went to the social distancing. See, I had you guys. Does Welton Rayom know anything about being a head coach? Yeah, they can't help. They can't help McDaniel. They can't help him. Away. What's the why'd you put or a Dairy Queen hot dog? Or what was the or for from what was it? Did you write something else, Frankie? Anyway, it's not that some of us Dolphins fans don't understand the Tyreek Malcontent Hill contract or situation. It's that we have had enough of him. It doesn't matter what you've had enough of. Doesn't matter. I've had more than enough of Mike McDaniel, but I know I'm freaking stuck with his sorry ass. So as much as I said in the Colts game, the post-game show this year in Indianapolis, that loss there, that's the moment I said I would fire him right now and go after Vrabel. And then that's it. Just mentioned it because I know they're not going to fire him, and I know they're not going to get Vrabel and all that, but that's the reality. And we're stuck with him. There'll be no Tyreek trade. There'll be no Tua trade or Tua cut. Ross is not selling the team. Greer's not going anywhere. Let's just talk about whatever develops from here on out, and we'll talk about the offseason, and we'll talk about what's going on. I stay away from talking about stuff that is a waste of your time and mine. That's all. I try to educate you and tell you people that are either writing or talking about Tyreek getting traded are wasting your time. You know what I mean? So you could be tired of it all you want, but if you just want to step into an echo chamber to make yourself feel better, yeah, that to me doesn't make any sense at all. So, get a Cybertruck. No way. No shot. I think it's ugly as hell, the Cybertrucks. Maybe it's just me, but I think they're ugly as hell. I don't know. For that kind of money, there's a lot of other vehicles I would rather have an NSX, to be quite honest. I'd rather have an Aston Martin. There's a lot of vehicles I'd rather get than that Tesla truck for that money. There's a ton. I find it to be an ugly ass car, to be quite honest. And right now, I don't know if you want to own a Tesla, because people are vandalizing Teslas and all that. Sad, man. Like, you shouldn't be vandalizing a Tesla. Just because you're mad at Elon, a human being paid for that car, and that's their car. That's their vehicle. You know what I mean? Respect it, But they're doing it. So last thing I would buy now is a Tesla because of the craziness that's going on right now with all of that. So, yeah. Cybertruck is really ugly and not a truck. I don't know what people find in Cybertrucks, to be quite honest. Cybertrucks are ugly as hell, but you could get a custom wrap on it, and that's the only way they look good. I will say I saw an all gold one, and it actually looked half decent. Yeah. They're also very dangerous to be in. Let's see. Big O, do you think that the Dolphins should sign Brandon Scherf at offensive guard in free agency? Man, hasn't Scherf had like some injuries and he's up in years already? If I remember correctly. Look that up for me, Sean, please. I think he's had his share of injuries too. I don't know, man. I need a little bit of a refresher on there with the Scherf. But I think that one's not as cut and dry as you may think with Scherf. I'm trying to, I don't know why I'm thinking that, one, he's up in age, and two, he's had several injuries. So I would be a little concerned about that. Maybe I'm thinking of somebody else, but
I think that's the deal with Scherf right now. I'd rather use the money of that Cybertruck for, oh my God, yes. Yes, Frankie. Super smart. Yes. Yes. You can get a whole Bitcoin easily with a Cybertruck. Yes. No doubt. It's very smart. Very smart. Buy a cheap-ass car, wait a couple of years, your Bitcoin will X 4, 5, 6 times, and then you can go buy a new car of whatever you want. You know what I mean? You don't have to get an ugly-ass Cybertruck. So, yeah. Bears and raccoons sure do like Cybertrucks. You lost me. What's the story behind that? Bears and raccoons. That went right over my head, Pat. I don't know the story there. Wow. Don't know the story there. So, by the way, Kosa, I do like the Sam House suggestion for this system. The problem with that one is that's not an experienced backup that you want. That's a kid that's still learning how to play in this league. So you can't have a player like that backing up Tua in a season where the coach and the front office are trying to save their jobs. You know what I'm saying? You need to have somebody that guarantee can really maintain and help you at least win a game or two. And I'm not sure that that's going to happen with the youngin. Whereas I'd feel better with Garoppolo. Put it that way. You know, that if Tua goes down, or let me rephrase that. When Tua goes down because he does something stupid seeking contact, Garoppolo can step in and win the games for you. You know what I'm saying? He's also injury prone too, but, you know, it is what it is. What are you going to do? Scherf played the whole season last year, no injury. He allowed no sacks. Wow. All right. So he had a good year. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm trying to find – I can't find an article that has all the injuries, but I have one here. This was from, I think, 23 or 24. He's out with a knee injury, carted off with ankle injury, played through an ab injury.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know about – looks like he played through a lot of the stuff that he had, except for when he was carted off.
Well, no, he sounds like a Dolphins player. No, he sounds like a Dolphins player. Carted off, plays a bunch of injuries, and he stayed injury-free last year, apparently. So now we get him, and then he goes back to having all the injuries again. So, yeah, no, that's a Dolphins player. Carted off, Dolphins player. Dolphins player, for sure. Yeah, no, that's a Dolphins player right there. I like that. Let's see. Bears and raccoons have been making them for dumpsters. Really? I did not know. I didn't know anything about that. That's funny. Big O, what do you think about the Finns going after Devontae Adams? I don't. The guy you go after is Cooper Kupp, bro. That's who you go after. You got to understand what you need. Devontae Adams is still a 1 or a 2 for some teams. Might be a 1 on a really bad team that doesn't have any great receivers, or if you have a great receiver, he's probably a 2. But he's right up there. He's not the third guy to be complimentary off him, where Cooper Kupp is an exceptional route runner, has got great hands, got size. So these are things that are and he knows his role. Whereas Devontae Adams is going to want to be a lead guy still. I mean, the guy has a Taco Bell in his house. You know, if you got a Taco Bell in your house, you're still looking to be a 1 or a 2. You can't be a 3 and have a Taco Bell in your house. Got to remember that. You're leaving out the Taco Bell. So, just saying, just pointing out facts here. You know, anybody that has a Taco Bell in their house is still a 1 or a 2. No, but seriously, Cooper Kupp is the guy that I would go after, not Devontae Adams. I don't think that makes any sense whatsoever. Frankie says, what does your gut tell you? Do you feel Tua will be healthy? Frankie, it's super simple. Does he want to play like he played 2 years ago and play smart and get rid of the football? Or does he want to play stupid and seek contact? The answer's all there. Play like 23 or play like 24. It's up to you, moron. That's all. That's what I would be. If I was the GM, head coach, and owner, I'd go, hey, look, check this out. And I'd run it. See that? Wow, that was awesome in 23. You saw that? Hey, let's watch 24. And then I go, what's the difference? Well, coach, I suffered. No. Tua, let's keep it simple. You're a fucking idiot last year. You're a dumbass. And then the year before, you're a genius. Because that's how you're supposed to play. Get rid of the football. Don't take on contact. Don't seek contact. If you happen to run, you run into open field. If you see a defender, you slide. It doesn't matter if you make the first down or not. You slide. You live for the next play, the next series, the next week, the next month, the next year. So it's super simple. Play smart, like in 23, or play like a fucking idiot in 24. I would look at him right in the face, look at him straight in the eye and say, do you want to be stupid? Because here. And then I'd show him running into Hamlin. Do you want to be stupid? Here. Show him trying to tackle a guy, get a knee in the neck. Because you're not a tackler, Tua. See? And show it to him again. You goofball, you got a knee in the neck. Knee in the neck, moron. Knee in the neck, moron. That's what I would do to Tua. Totally out of love, but he needs to hear it. But we got a soft-ass coach that stands there on the border and says, no, don't cross. No, Tyreek and Waddle, don't take 3rd and 16 off against the Green Bay Packers. No, don't do that. So what do we got? It's up to Tua. Do you want to be smart or do you want to be stupid? 23 proved you were smart. 24 proved you were stupid. Which one do you want to be, kid? So I can't predict Tua's intelligence or stupidity. I don't know when it's going to kick in. But I do know this. The stupidity kicks in a lot more than the intelligence. Think about that one. Just marinate on that one. Tua, in most seasons, does stupid things. He will put his body at risk. The man blew out his hip by being caught by 2 300-pound fat asses. If you didn't learn your lesson at that point that you're not athletic, you'll never learn your lesson. 2 fat asses ran him down. Okay? It's like Baker Mayfield. Get rid of the ball, dude. A freaking cop tackled you out in the street. A donut-eating cop tackled your drunk ass out in the street. So you're not athletic, bro. If a donut-eating cop is tackling you out in the street, then, get rid of the football. And that's normally what he does. There are times that he does kind of put his body at risk and he'll end up injuring himself. He's injured his shoulder several times. Play stupid and find out. So that's really all up to Tua Tagovailoa. You play smart, you can play for 10, 12 more years easily. You play stupid, you'll be out of football. Like I've said a couple of years ago, before he played the smart year and he was getting all that shit, I said, he's out of here before year 7. He won't even make it to year 7 at this pace. So he's back to being out by year 7. If he plays like he played last year, he won't last more than another year or 2 or 3, and then he's gone. That's it. So it's all up to Tua Tagovailoa. It's not luck or chance or any of that shit. It's his decision-making, and his decision-making is horseshit. That's the reality of the position that we're all in, unfortunately. Okay? By the way, folks, keeping it clean. You can keep it clean at Moody's Dental. Eric and the great people there at Moody's Dental. His dad is a giant in the business. The man has made inventions in dentistry and inventions that others use in their practices. They've got 2 amazing locations in Dade and in Broward and Hialeah at 305-821-0231 in Plantation, 954-692-6825. Get your smile back on Moody's Dental. Go to their Instagram page at moodius.dental. Invisaligns, dental implants, preventive care, cosmetic surgery. Get that smile back. Visit my friends at Moody's Dental or moodiusdental.com. And folks, they accept most major dental insurances. They provide free new patient exams, 20% off select treatments. To qualify, please follow them on Instagram at moodius.dental. They've been in business for over 30 years. Reach out to our friends at Moody's Dental, where I, my wife, my daughter, and mother-in-law all go. Moody's Dental. All right.
Now, Big O.
Yes, sir.
Things may get worse for the Heat. Tyler Hero, questionable for tonight. Head cold, not at shoot-around.
All right. Tyler Hero, head cold. All right. Well, at least it's not an injury, right? Let's see. Oh, would you take a look at George Kittle since the 49ers are basically listening to trade offers for pretty much everyone? I mean, yeah, all depends on what he wants. But the problem is you already have Jonnu Smith. So, see, you can't a team that has so many needs in other areas, you can't overload in one area like that. You're already overloaded at wide receiver. So you bringing in another frontline tight end has to be like a rookie, something like that. I just don't think you go to the Kittle extreme. You know what I'm saying? It's just, no. Although 2 tight ends for Tua would be amazing. Would be fantastic. But they need so much help on the lines with the guards and the defensive tackle and a linebacker, and I just, and a safety, and they have so many needs that to give up picks for George Kittle, and then you also have to pay him. I don't know. It's a lot. He's a fantastic player. But I don't know if that creates more of an imbalance for your team. Oh, I really want to thank you wholeheartedly for this show. You're very knowledgeable and have a lot of experience with Miami teams. I turn to you for all Miami sports takes. Thank you, FQAM. Now, QAM's got some good people, bro. They got Joe Talk Sports. And the guys in the midday, they talk sports, Hockey Crowder are great dudes, but obviously that show is just that's not what you don't listen to that show for sports at all. You know what I'm saying? That I get. You're not really going to learn shit in that show. They entertain, they have fun, they do their thing, and there's a place for it. There's no doubt. They do a fantastic job with it. but there's a couple of shows there that actually talk sports. So, they do a good job. I could disagree with different takes or something. It's sports, but I got respect for those guys. Do I have respect for the station or the company? No, not at all. Or the people that run it? No, not at all. Complete joke. Overall, the station is a joke. You know what I'm saying? But there's still a couple of good people that work there. Let's see. What defensive tackle should we get? Well, we'll find out now, and we'll find out what happens in free agency, and then we'll start talking about the draft when it's all said and done. But right now, haven't even thought about it yet, because I'm kind of waiting to find out about everybody that's going to be released and who's available and all that kind of stuff. Because, see, look, I didn't even know. Like right now, the Bengals are going to release their defensive end, Sam Hubbard. Hubbard's
retiring, just so you know.
Oh, he's going to get retired. Wow, at 29?
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, I don't know if there's more to it or not, but yeah, he said he only wanted to play for one team, Cincinnati, and he's retiring.
Okay.
I don't know. The whole thing, his nickname is the Cincinnati Kid, so I don't know if he played at Cincinnati. That's where he's been his whole. I know he's been with the Bengals his whole career, but
but he's like a rotational player, anyways. Yeah. But you're finding out all these guys that I'm looking at right now that are being released. I'm seeing and come across the wire like Minshew and all that. So let's wait till we find out till everybody that's not going to get tagged, everybody that's not going to get. We already found out who's not getting tagged yesterday. Now we'll find out who's all getting released and all that, and then we can kind of we can kind of assess where they're going to go. $398 tackles in 104 regular season games for the Bengals. Yeah, I'm looking at it here now. So he's retiring also. 29. Young. Damn. Let me see what else here. Okay, now it's just small signings there. Okay, that's nothing. Not a big deal. What else do we have going on? Big O, if you do a crypto segment or show, I'd be interested to hear your thoughts on Link. I love Link. I'm a huge Chainlink guy. I own a bunch of Chainlink. I reloaded when it went down to $10. It didn't get to $10 on this dip. Everybody will use Chainlink. It will be the number one oracle on the blockchain. I would imagine that when they start talking about this crypto reserve that they have with ADA and Solana and all that, Chainlink's going to be one of them. I think Avalanche and Chainlink, Ondo, are three that could end up there. You know what I'm saying? So I love Chainlink. I'm a huge Chainlink guy. Okay. And as for any other crypto notes, sir, go ahead.
He's saying he sent you a link last night.
Yes.
Also, okay. Was Chainlink the link? I'm just saying that he was saying he sent you a link last night. I want to hear your thoughts on that.
Yeah. Thoughts on Link. I sent you last night. So I would imagine he's talking about Chainlink. And so I'm a Chainlink guy. I'm a big Chainlink guy. And again, folks, those of you that sold, it's foolish. Makes no sense to sell. Those of you that are buying these dips, you're going to kill it. You're going to absolutely kill it. Okay. Robert Salinas, who's a billionaire. Okay. He's one of the richest men in Mexico. His value is $5.8 billion. 70% of it is in Bitcoin. He's a smart man. Because he knows he can't put it in the peso, can't put it in the dollar, can't put it in the yen. because every fiat currency is dying. You know what I'm saying? So just remember, Trump and all of his cabinet, they all own Bitcoin. They all own Ethereum, and they all own a whole bunch of other altcoins too. You have the most pro-crypto cabinet ever. So all of these tariffs and all this other stuff, yeah, it's going to affect us. It's going to affect our pockets and all that. But if you own crypto, they're going to do everything in their power to pump crypto because it pumps their wallets. So stay strong, my friends. It's going to bounce, and it's going to bounce very, very soon. They eventually will have to print. They eventually will have to, and the pro-Bitcoin laws are coming, and the pro-crypto laws are coming, which is just going to open up the floodgates. And Howard Lutnick just talked about how he wants DeFi to, grow. Unlike the prior administration that was doing everything to kill DeFi. And that's going to open it up for all kinds of things. And there's a lot of coins that are involved, and they require DeFi to be a part of it. And it's just going to lift them even more, from Solana to Cardano to Neutron. Doesn't matter. Once the DeFi stuff is over and the laws are in place and all that, this industry is going to explode. And remember, the entire business world has to transfer over to the blockchain. That hasn't even started. That hasn't even started yet. Less than 4% of the world owns Bitcoin. We are in the infancy stages of it all. And a lot of people just don't realize it. Sean, do me a favor. Give me a 1-minute break here. I'll be right back. Let me clear the throat a little bit and get ready for a little more sports talk here on the program.
It starts every morning before the sun comes up. Projects are laid out. Plans are made. Equipment is fueled and loaded with inventory to handle all service requests. Orders are given to an army of skilled landscape maintenance professionals, certified arbor trimmers, irrigation technicians, and licensed pest management experts who fan out to communities and businesses all over South Florida. Experienced, on time, and dependable. Our staff is fully trained, licensed, and insured. Contact us by phone, email, social media, or through our website to answer all your landscape questions. We are Cutter's Edge. Total Landscape Solutions.
When it comes to selling your home, efficiency is the best way, the less stress way. That's why Asmani Garcia and the Omega Home Realty Group is who you want to call. Sell your home for just $990. That's right, $990. No 6% commission. Asmani and Omega are the exclusive program director for just $990 in South Florida. Get full service real estate services like pro photos, beautiful brochures, Zillow and Alex, Realtor.com and Homes.com listings. Call Asmani to find out more at 305-440-1990. Scan the QR code or visit just990.com to get started. Omega Home Realty Group and Asmani Garcia are ready to present your home to thousands of prospective buyers. Call 305-440-1990. Call Asmani Garcia and tell him Big O sent you.
Welcome to Caneswear. New store, new items, same great experience. Family owned and operated since 2010, Caneswear has the latest merchandise from the Miami Hurricanes, Miami Dolphins, Florida Panthers, Inter Miami CF, and more. Come visit us at our store in Davie on University Drive, just south of 595, or online at caneswear.com. Caneswear, the spot Miami fans shop.
The viewpoint, statements, or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyXS.com, Media Group Inc. ownership, management, sponsors, or website. When it comes comes to South Florida sports teams, very few in the media have witnessed, lived, and covered it like the Big O. Let's start the program dedicated to your favorite South Florida teams with a passion that's unmatched. The Big O Radio Show is on. Here's the Big O.
Righty, folks. Thank you for hanging in there with me. Appreciate you guys giving me a minute to get back on track. Let's get to our 3A Graphics sports calendar and the amazing Alan Blanco, 786-618-1443, custom printing and embroidery. Tonight, 7 o'clock, the Heat taking on the Cavs. Tyler Hero is out. He's got a head cold, so apparently he is going to miss tonight's game against the Cavaliers. Thursday, the Panthers are back in action. They will host the Blue Jackets at the Kaseya Center. 7 o'clock face-off. last night loses to Georgia Tech, 89-74. They dropped to 6-24, 2 and a painful 17 in the ACC. Their painful season ends on Saturday against NC State at noon, finally. Thursday, FAU takes on UAB, 7 o'clock. FAU having slightly better season. They're 16-13, 9-7 in the American Conference. Thursday, CONCACAF Champions Cup action. Inter Miami taking on Jamaica's Cavalier FC. See if they can advance. Sunday, by the way, the boys are also back in action to take on Charlotte in the MLS action at 4 o'clock. 2 games a week, man. It's crazy shit. And Saturday, I'll be there in Davie for the 3rd iteration of the Florida Derby. 7:30 as the Fort Lauderdale United will host the Tampa Bay Sun FC. That is your 3A Graphics sports calendar. Call my guy, Alan Blanco, for custom printing and embroidery, 786-618-1443. They will take care of you. Good people out there. All right. So JJ retires. Jimmy Johnson. And no, I'm not going to talk about how I'm not necessarily his biggest fan and all that good stuff. Not the time for that. But the part that was funny was Jerry Jones put out a statement. And in his statement, let me at least read the statement. So, because at least that relationship was strained for a long time, and then they repaired it, and the whole Ring of Honor stuff was, corrected and all that kind of stuff. So Jerry goes, from the time we were in college until the time we were holding up those Super Bowl trophies, I knew Jimmy Johnson could be anything he wanted to be, and he has. Some of the most exciting times in my life I shared with Jimmy, and I cherish them. As one of the most gifted people I've ever been around, Jimmy has blazed a remarkable, unique trail that is now deeply embedded into football and broadcasting history. Congratulations on your incredible career, Jimmy, and I wish you well in your 4th quarter, my friend. You will always be a winner. And so then after that, it goes on Twitter. So then people start, well, Jerry, if you kept your ego off the team, you would have more trophies to host. Now you're the laughing stock of professional sports. Another guy says, the reason the Cowboys have sucked for 30 years is because you fired Jimmy. And look, Jimmy Johnson would have burned himself out eventually. But they're all true. Okay? They're all true. Every one of them. You should have never fired him. You should have never gotten in his way. You should have just left him alone and just enjoy the championships and enjoy all the winning. And then when he wants to leave, then you deal with turning the page after that. And you try to keep him on as a consultant or whatever it is that you can do. But you try to extend the legacy instead of destroy the legacy. And at that moment, you don't mess with success. And it's like a karma thing. He never recovered from it. They only won it with Switzer because it was basically the same team, and it was on cruise control. If Barry Switzer was anything, you would have continued to have success, but no, it just got worse and worse because you didn't have that. At that moment, you don't mess with something that's working, dude. You let it go. And Jerry's ego got in the way and effed it all up. You might have won a few more. You never know. You see what happened with the Patriots? Could that have happened with Jimmy Johnson and the Dallas Cowboys? Maybe Jimmy doesn't become that guy anymore that burns out everywhere. Maybe by going to Dallas and doing it his way, and you get out of his way and you just let him do it, he ends up staying there a little longer. And it becomes an even bigger legacy instead of sitting there going, what if? Because that's what Dallas fans are going to say. They're going to say, and that's a legit what if, not the bullshit what if that you and I deal with the Dolphins. What if they won one more game, they would have gotten into the playoffs? But we're not talking about anything legit like you can actually win. No, these people were winning, and you effed up what was working. Not just working, but like, crazy, dude. So that to me, that's where Dallas fans, considering where you've been now, where you are, and all of that, boy. So, oh man. All right, what else do we have going on? Hero takes some Mucinex in play. Man, Mucinex is good. That spray. I love that spray. So good. Dolphins don't need anything. We tanking. Let's see. Explain it to him. I'm low-key thinking of just selling what I have in XRP and buying Bitcoin with it. Well, I mean, buying Bitcoin is never a bad thing. And by the way, one of the things I told you that Trump would do is weaken the dollar. Sean, take down that Keynesware billboard. Here's the dollar, and look what currently is happening right now, ladies and gentlemen. See? So dollar is tanking in a big time way, which is, whatever. Last 5 days, down 2%. Last month, almost down 4%. 6 months before that, it was on a positive. It was strengthening. Now it's weakening, which is what Trump normally does to the dollar. He'll weaken it, and then risk assets will fly. So there you go. The dollar will fall under 100 soon. It'll happen. So for those of you waiting, all the indicators are leading for a massive, massive Bitcoin run. Massive Bitcoin run. So, yep, gold up. Of course, risk assets are going to fly, Edward. Gold is going to go up. Silver is going to go up. Nvidia is going to go up. Real estate's going to go up. Bitcoin's going to absolutely fly because it goes up more than any other asset in the world. So, yeah. So, it's coming, folks. I just saw that. I want to make sure I pass that on for any of the Bitcoin or crypto people that are watching and you're thinking about that stuff. Let me get to a little music. I always like talking about music. Told you already today about Ghost in Tampa on July 12th and on the 13th here at the Kaseya Center. I'm actually surprised that the Kaseya Center got it over the the Amaranth Bank Arena, because usually the metal rock bands go more to the Broward Center than they do the Dade one. It's interesting. So Kaseya normally gets more Latin and R&B acts than the Amaranth Bank. I said the new names, man. I have to remember the new names. And so, and Amaranth usually gets more of the rock than Kaseya. So I thought that was kind of interesting that Ghost is going to Kaseya. Then I told you about Big Country, Tommy Two-Tone, and Bow Wow Wow. Heart also announced their tour. And for those of us that live in Florida, Jacksonville, June 24, Estero, June 25, Orlando, June 27, and Hard Rock Live, June 28 in Hollywood, if you want to see Heart. All right, let's get to some birthdays today, and let's find out who is celebrating birthdays today when it comes to musicians. All right. John Frusciante, guitarist with the Red Hot Chili Peppers, born in 1970 on this date. Craig and Charlie Reid, the twin brothers from the Scottish band The Proclaimers. And I would walk 500 miles and I would. In 58 on this date, Andy Gibb was born. Moving light, take me through the night. Shadow dancing. Let's see. Oh, Mark E. Smith, singer from the Manchester post-punk band The Fall. The Fall. What was the song that they had? The Fall. Look that up for me. Big song for The Fall. Tina Marie. Sweet Vanilla Baby. U.S. singer, songwriter, musician, badass woman, badass singer, songwriter, underrated. Tina Marie is one of the most underrated musicians of all time. All time. All time. Okay? All time. Anyway, born in this state in 56. We lost her in 2004. Tina Marie, while sleeping in a hotel room, a large picture frame fell and struck her on the head. The blow caused a serious concussion that would result in memory seizures for the rest of her life. Marie died on December 26, 2010. Can you imagine that? You're in a hotel room and that's how it goes? I mean, it's just crazy, dude.
Was it Totally Wired?
Totally Wired. I think that might be the song. Yeah. Did they mention any other? I think that might be it. I'm trying to remember how it goes.
This is the top 17. Mr. Pharmacist was number 2.
Okay. No,
Hit the North was number 3.
What is it?
Hit the North?
No. I'll go with the first one. Yeah, I'll go with the first one. But I remember
another one, The Classical, was number 4.
Okay. But I remember The Fall. Let's see who else. Alan Clark, keyboardist with Dire Straits, born in the state in 52. You know, the guy has a little bit of talent because he also worked with Bob Dylan, Eric Clapton, the Bee Gees, Billy Joel, Lou Reed, Van Morrison, Roger Daltrey, George Harrison, Elton John, and Phil Collins. Prefab Sprout, Robert Cray, Al Green. Al Green, the guy that got arrested yesterday. Anyway, not arrested. He got kicked out yesterday. I'm sorry. I mean, not misrepresent the Reverend Al Green getting kicked out yesterday from the speech. It's a joke. Relax. You guys want to walk on down to Electric Avenue because that's where Eddie Grant is at, and he is celebrating a birthday today. The Jamaican baby, 1948, born on this date. All right. Actually, you know what? He was born in the United Kingdom, not Jamaican. So there you go. What else do we have? Richard Bell, pianist with Janis Joplin, born in the state in 46. And that is it for musicians. Speaking of musicians, by the way, Kansas has just announced that March 2nd, 2025, lead singer Ronnie Platt underwent outpatient surgery to treat thyroid cancer. And below update is directly from Ronnie. And so Ronnie says, the doctor said my surgery couldn't have gone any better. I felt the power of everyone's prayer and positive energy. You have all helped me through this. How do I or can I ever thank you all for that? Day one of recovery is here I am. I'm looking forward to getting back to do what I do best. Yes, singing. But my true job is entertaining you all and helping you at least for a couple of hours forget your problems and recharge batteries. I take a lot of pride in that. Thank you all again. Carry on my wayward son. Way to go, Ronnie. God bless you, brother. Quick recovery to you. So it's great news to hear that Ronnie Platt is making a full recovery and everything went well. All right, let's go with birthdays today. Other folks, other famous people celebrating birthdays today. Let's see. Who do we got? Eva Mendes. She is 51. Wasn't Eva born here in Miami? Yep, Miami. She was born in Miami in 74. Okay, what else? What else do we have here? Celebrating birthdays. Damn, doesn't look like a strong list so far. Justin Fields is 26 years old today. I don't know who she is, but Jordan Hudson is an Instagram star, and it's Jordan, Jordon Hudson. She is pretty. Wow. I don't know who she is, but she is pretty. Wouldn't know her from Adam, but wow. Bo Bichette, Dante's kid, is 27 years old. Matt Lucas, comedian, is 51. Joel Osteen, religious leader, is 62. And John Frusciante, I think I mentioned John Frusciante before with Red Hot Chili Peppers. I did. So he is 55. And that is it. Sean Stanley, sir, do you have wrestlers born on this date?
Yes, sir, we do. Martin Casas is 40. Kinsey Page, she turns 23. Josh Briggs is 32. And the Juggernaut, Jordan Grace, she turns 29 on 305 Day, March 5th, 2025.
Love it. All right. Bitcoin, by the way, just under 88,000. Well, now it went to 88,021. So there you go. All right, let's get to a little music history. What happened today in Musica history? We start off in 1971 when Led Zeppelin performed Stairway to Heaven in concert for the first time ever at the Ulster Hall in Belfast, North Ireland. On the first date of their Back to the Clubs tour, they also debuted Black Dog, Going to California with an Aching in My Heart, and Rock and Roll at the gig. In 94, Jefferson Airplane singer Grace Slick was arrested for pointing a shotgun at police at her Northern California home. She blamed the stress she had been suffering from since another home burned down a few months earlier. And homes are still burning down in California decades later. Don't live in California. In 82, actor, singer, and one half of the Blues Brothers, John Belushi, died of a drug overdose. His tombstone reads, I may be gone, but rock and roll lives on. And in 2002, the first episode of the hit MTV reality show The Osbournes aired. How about that? Today, The Osbournes debuted. And that, my friends, is what happened today in music history. How about that? Yes, sir. Bitcoin is up now 6.98, almost 7% now, because it's at 88,196. It's on a little upswing right now here as we speak. Taking my son to see Seven Dust next week. I've never seen them live. Should be a great show. Not good show. It's a great show. Great show. If you see one of our opens, I'm one of the pictures is with the lead singer from Seven Dust. I've seen Seven Dust a couple of times. They're fantastic. Great energy, man. Great energy. If you enjoy, as long as you enjoy the music of Seven Dust, yes, you will have a great time at that concert. Yes, no doubt about it. Brian says Ghost is such a badass show. Oh, got to see them up in Charlotte. Got to see them back in Charlotte in 2018. Yeah, I've seen them a couple of times too, and they are absolutely fantastic. They sound great. They are great, and they put on a great show. I am 100% with you there. Love Ghost. Ghost is one of the best young metal bands out there. When we talk about some of the best metal bands that have come out in the last 15, 20 years, Ghost is top 10. Easy top 10. Yeah. Last 15, 20 years, no doubt about it. Yeah. Let's see. Talk about some bad luck over a picture frame. I know. Yeah. Watch the new movie Street Survivors based on the Artemis Pyle's point of view. Yes. You talk about Leonard Skinner? Yes. Yes, sir. What else do we have going on in the world of sports? Please don't forget to smash the hell out of the like button. It is very important that you smash the like button, okay? Very, very important. By the way, next Friday, not this Friday, because this Friday we'll be in studio, but next Friday we will be at Acura of Pembroke Pines, as always. And as always, they've got some great deals going on right now. The ZDX, you can get it right now, 0.9% financing, $449 a month. And it's a 2024 model, by the way. The 2025 Integra, you can get it for $339 a month, 3.9% financing for 60 months. The RDX 2025 model, you can get 3.9% financing for 72 months. And the MDX Tech, we can take $10,000 off the MSRP right now. There's a reason why they are the number one volume sales dealership when it comes to Acuras in the Southeast United States, and why they're constantly dominating. This is why you don't need to drive around all over South Florida or all over Florida trying to find the best price. All you got to do is go to 15601 Pines Boulevard, right off of I-75 in Pines. Go see Larry Schlossberg and Pat Nasto, Tony Stampone, all the amazing people out there. They'll take care of you. Mike Chan, Jordan Ferber, they run a tight ship in that service center. And listen, when you got to get your car serviced, it's downtime, right? And a lot of us don't like that because we got to take time off work or dead time during our personal time or whatever. But at least when you go there to Craig Zinn's Acura Pembroke Pines, you'll have a comfortable lobby. You can work from there if you want. Bring your laptop. They've got a cafeteria there. They've got complimentary water. They've got TVs. So you will be comfortable while they're changing the oil or the brakes or rotating the tires or balancing or whatever it is that you need to do to maintain that Acura in amazing shape. So check it out for yourself at 15601 Pines Boulevard, just off of I-75 in Pines. It is the best Acura dealership in the business. It is Craig Zinn's Acura of Pembroke Pines. All righty. Wow, Yater, sorry to hear that, Bad news. Uncle passed away from COVID. Yeah. Damn. So it's still out there, man. Still out there. It's like this whole measles thing, dude. Like my wife has to go get a booster shot now for measles because she teaches, and we've got a bunch of like stupid people that don't give their kids, immunity. Like, how would you not go get a vaccine for measles? It's like, how stupid are you? So yeah, it's tough, man. It's tough. Stuff gets spread, and we still have to deal with COVID. And again, the COVID stuff, it affects everybody differently. And that's because our DNAs are all different. It might not affect somebody. It might be like a cold to one. It might get you like Dave Navarro, that you can't taste anything for 2 years. Or it might just, unfortunately, like our friend here, Yader Castro, who ended up losing his uncle. It sucks, dude. We have no idea who we are. We don't know how our bodies are going to respond to it. And now watching all these measles outbreaks, it's like, dude, what are we? Back in the 50s? Let's go, man. Get your kid the damn measles shot. How stupid are you of a parent that you're not going to give your kid a measles vaccine? Seriously. Okay? There's no discussion here. You're just being stupid and ignorant and putting your kids and other people at risk for no reason at all. Just really silly. So, Yader, my thoughts and prayers to you, my brother. I'm sorry to hear that. Saw Seven Dust back in 2001 at an outdoor show in Columbia, South Carolina. Great concert. Hell of a lot of fighting. Yeah, you're going to have, if you go to a Seven Dust concert, okay, if you want to be up front, I'm just telling you, you're going to deal with the moshing. So whenever I go to a Seven Dust concert, I stand in the back. I enjoy the music. I want nothing to do with moshing. I'm not into that at all. I think it's ridiculous, to be quite honest. I'm not into it. I know some of you may like it. I don't like it at all. I don't find any use in it whatsoever. I think it's silly shit. But I know some of you like doing that crap and going in there and throwing your bodies in there or whatever. Who cares? But he's right. Seven Dust, there'll be, I don't know about fights, because the two concerts I've been to, I don't remember any fights, to be quite honest. But I do remember the moshing. And usually the moshers don't fight, actually. Usually they're insane amongst each other and they're all into it, bashing into each other and all that kind of crap. So make sure you take your shingle shot if you're over 50. Yeah. Look what happened to who was it? Just recently, it was I can't think of his real name. Han Solo. What's it called? He just got shingles, and he couldn't do an event. Just recently, I think it was the Oscars or something. Yeah. Yes. It was the Oscars. And no, it wasn't. No, yeah, maybe it was the Oscars, and he couldn't do it. Harrison Ford, exactly. Thank you, Pat. And he couldn't do it. Actually, I think that's what it was. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, shingles are. Yeah, they're not fun for anybody. I know I'm set to take. I know when I went to the doctor, I know they're setting me up for one vaccine. It's not COVID or anything. It's for something like of the past. And I think it might be shingles, actually. It might be shingles, actually. Yeah. Dude, but I'm so old. I'm wondering, like, I'm 58. Okay. So I'm headed for 59 in a couple months. Is my measles shot still good? Like, I took that shit over 50 years ago. Does it really last that long? I kind of have a hard time believing that thing got past the 80s. You know what I'm saying? I'm just wondering, like, should I update the measles shot, right? People that are old like me, right? I mean, I'm not a doctor. I don't play one. I don't, but it's just that's kind of crazy. Pat says, my dad had shingles once and it was horrible for him. Yeah, man. Yeah, shingles are not good. Yeah. Yes, I mean Indiana Jones, Rosendo. Yes. Yes, I mean Dr. God, what was his name in The Fugitive? Shit. Anyway. RSV is being recommended too. I'm sorry, Luke. What's RSV mean? Had shingles when I was in high school. It was awful. Wow, that's young to have shingles. I always hear about older people with shingles. I didn't know that you got them that young too. Oh, wait a minute. Doesn't shingles come from after you have chicken pox or measles or some shit like that? Like, if you have chicken pox or measles, then you are more susceptible to shingles. Is that how it goes or something? I forgot how. I don't know why that's floating in my head now. Is that what it is? I think it's chicken pox. I think once you get chicken pox, you are now more susceptible to shingles. Somebody help me out there. Maybe somebody will read it on some kind of medical website or something. Yeah, I did the first shot for shingles, due for the second one, says Alexis. Had shingles in October. Shit was crazy, says Anthony Campos. Wow. Measles has lifelong protection for most. Really? Okay. I fell off some shingles climbing up on the roof. Dr. Kimball, that's it. That's it, Dr. Kimball, going after the one-armed man. Shingles was the worst. Burning sensation first time I had to take painkiller. You guys are scaring me the shit out of it. I got to make sure I have my shingles shot. I got to make sure I got my shit straight for the shingles shot. I might be in deep shit if I end up with the shingles. I need a shingles shot so I don't end up in deep shit. I had a very light case of chicken pox, and so I ended up with shingles. So that is it, right? That's the thing, right? I think I remember that somehow, that if you get once you get chicken pox, you then become more susceptible to shingles at any time for the rest of your life. I think that's how it goes. I think. Not sure. Remember, folks, you can support the show by hitting the like button. You can also make a donation to the show, Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show, Cash App or Venmo. Sean will show you the QR codes that you can use. You can make a Bitcoin or Ethereum donation. You can also make a PayPal donation too. Can show you those QR codes there also. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And Sean and I are trying to make it to Spain to cover the Miami Dolphins that week. Do our show all week during the week there, leading up to the game, at a Dolphins bar. Break any news, cover all the Dolphin events that are going on, and of course, do our Dolphins pre and post game show live from probably a Dolphins bar where the fans are going to be, because I doubt we're going to do it at the stadium or something like that. They're not going to allow me to do that. So we'll probably be there, and you can make a donation. There is the QR code to make the donation. We also have it on if you're listening on the audio, you could go to our Twitter page and Facebook and Instagram, and you'll see the links there. Blue Sky, Threads, all that stuff. We put the links up almost daily, every other day at least. I haven't put it up today, but I will. at some point. So, you can reach out and find the link there for it and help send us to Spain. Make whatever kind of donation you can. We'd appreciate it immensely. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's see. Our neighbor got shingles in her eye and it left her permanently damaged. I didn't even know you can get it in those kind of places. Boy, you people are scaring the shit out of me. I am definitely got to go get my shingle shot. Dr. Kimbo, I didn't kill my wife. Tommy Lee Jones, I don't care. You see, I'm looking out for everyone, says Rosendo. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Get the shot to prevent the shingles. Yeah, I'm going to go get it. Yeah, I'm definitely going to go get it. In fact, I'm going to go tell the wife, set that shit up already, bro. Set it up. I need it. I don't want to get that. Sounds like very uncomfortable stuff. Shingles. And how do you get that, by the way? Do you make like contact with somebody that has it, like skin contact? Is that how it is? I don't even know how you get that stuff. It's interesting. That's just one thing that I don't know about that. Don't even know how it's transmitted and how you end up with it. It's kind of weird. All right, what else do we have going on in the world of sports? Max Crosby thinks that Aaron Rodgers is going to have a good year wherever he lands. I saw it and I go, well, that sounds like a guy that's desperate for Aaron Rodgers to come to his place, to come to the Raiders. It sucks for great players to be in bad teams, and organizations like, when we had Zach and Jason here, our organization couldn't figure it out. And Marino, my God, we have Marino here and we couldn't figure it out. Kind of sucks. But if he's going to have a great year, so last year he threw for 3,900 yards, 28 touchdowns, 11 interceptions, and a 63% completion percentage. That's not a great year. Then the year before, he threw for less yards, 36,955, so 3,700. All right, so 200 less. And he threw for 26 touchdowns and 12 interceptions, worse ratio, slightly better completion percentage, 64.6. Not a great year either. So I'm not sure how Max Crosby is expecting Aaron Rodgers to have a great year when he hasn't had a great year in several years now. It's just funny when you're desperate and you're stuck on a bad team and you'll do anything to try to talk yourself up or your team or try to help lure somebody, which Aaron Rodgers doesn't have a lot of options. Now, if you're Tom Brady, do you really want Aaron Rodgers? Max Crosby's crazy ass doesn't know any better. But if you're Tom Brady, God, that's not how I want to start my ownership with that clown. And in this situation where you're not a good team, I don't want that guy around. A team that needs somebody to help grow and be like, you go get Matt Stafford. I get it. He's a professional. Dude, he was part of Detroit. So he knows what it's like to be part of a shitty organization and be a pro and put up the, Aaron Rodgers can't do that. So I just found it funny that Max Crosby had all this love for him. And it's like, are you trying to recruit him there? Do you want him there? Is that what it is? Because one, if I'm Tom Brady, I wouldn't want him there. I don't think he fits that organization that's in a rebuild mode. Yeah. Wow. And if you're a Raiders fan, God, that's what you have to look forward to. Aaron Rodgers, he put the Jets nation into a dark retreat. He's going to do the same thing to the Raiders nation too. Nuts. Anyway. Big O, you will notice a rash on the side of your back towards the right side and under your armpit, a lymph node. Also, get antibiotics right away to kill it. Okay. Well, hopefully I don't notice it because hopefully I don't get it. Pat says it's a dormant thing. It just randomly activates. All right. Q-Tip said it was a vibrant thing. So it's a dormant thing. I got it. All right. Can we have Q-Tip rewrite the song in honor of shingles? And it's a dormant thing instead of vibrant thing. Vibrant sounds a little better, right? I think Q-Tip had the better. It is Q-Tip, right? That sung vibrant thing. Can you look that up? Make sure that random note of mine, vibrant thing. Okay, not thing, thing. I want to say it was Q-Tip that sung it. Why I have random information like that in my head, I have no idea. None whatsoever. I may even be wrong on Q-Tip.
You are right. Q-Tip sung, but it's called Vibrant Thing.
Oh, it is Thing, not Thing.
At least on here, they wrote Thing. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Just going off the YouTube and the songs that are there.
Okay, no, all right, that's fine. So it is Vibrant Thing. So I had it wrong. I was a Vibrant Thing. Okay. All right. Anyway, let's see. What else do we have? You are also at elevated risk for getting shingles if you sleep with a roofer. Oh, okay. Well, no, my wife doesn't. My wife doesn't work on roofs, unfortunately. The Miami Dolphins, by the way, have made a move. They have tendered the following exclusive rights free agents: Cameron, it's all good, and Keon Smith, the tackle. I like Keon Smith. Cameron has talent. It's just he hasn't really shown that he can put it together on a consistent basis and all that kind of stuff. But all the measurables are there for Cameron Good. Keon Smith, I like, man. He was developing into maybe a nice little backup tackle. And he'll be healthy this year. Hopefully, he can grow from what he had done the first couple of years and become an important swing tackle for the Dolphins. They need that in a big-time way. Okay. You can get the shot at Publix. Really? So not only shopping, but shots are a pleasure. I like it. I like it. Okay. Yes, Q-Tip, Big O. By the way, how many 58-year-old hosts do you know that can use Q-Tip in a conversation? Would even know that? Just wondering. Just wondering. I mean, that's as random as it gets, bro. Q-Tip coming up in a conversation. In fact, Q-Tip is happy because he will not come up in any conversation on any sports show, guy show over the next month. So you're welcome, Q-Tip. We just promoted Vibrant Thing for you. Yes, sir.
The Panthers have traded for Sharks goalie Vitek Vanasek. They sent Patrick Giles in return. Tim Reynolds had it first.
So they already had that move in place. Because we all have that friend or that family member that he comes home or she comes home or you see him at a bar or at a party. Oh, yeah, no, I'm pissed. I quit my job. I was so pissed at these people. I quit. Oh, okay. So where are you working now? Oh, I don't have a job. You know that meme that floats around with the guy with the red hair and it's, that meme that you're like, yo, dude, you can be pissed off all you want, but you first go find a job and then you quit. That's what you do. So for those of you that were freaking out about Spencer Knight, oh my God, they traded Spencer Knight. He got Zito's playing chess, bro. So I don't even know who this guy is he traded for, but I'm sure he's probably pretty decent. Or a young guy that has upside, or he's either a decent veteran or a young guy with some upside that Zito sees something in him, and the goalie coaches and was Rob Tallis and Luongo and all those guys, they probably see something in that guy. I don't question that franchise. I'm not really a hockey expert. I don't know the entire league anyway, so I can't really do what I do in football or basketball. I cannot do in hockey. Honestly, I have to say that. But I get to the point now with these guys that I'm good, bro. They're doing it for a reason, and I'm good because I got a bunch of you. Oh, well, I don't know. Maybe they gave up too much. No, dude, Seth is fine. Seth is a badass defenseman. Defensemen, they last forever. They can go well into their 30s. So you can have Seth here for several years, and he can play great hockey. Plus, like I told you, when he's around a great team, it's going to make him even better. And so I'm not worried about that. And I knew that if they were moving Stephen Knight, it's because they had something in the works. They're not – Zito's too organized, dude. He's amazing. That's awesome. That is some awesome stuff right there. When are the Dolphins going to stop sucking? That's who knows. Who knows? It's Ash Wednesday. I hope everyone is having a great week. Remember to smash the like button, people. Thank you, Jamie. Very nice of you, Jamie Zoria in San Jose. Dolphin says, I saw a Tribe Called Quest at Lollapalooza 94 in Miami with the Pumpkins, Beastie Boys, George Clinton, and L7. That's a concert. That's a concert, sir. That's what I would call a concert right there. No doubt. I would call that a hell of a concert. And let's see what else. So we got Tunney getting traded. We got Hubbard retiring at 29 from the Bengals. Raiders expected to release Gardner Minshew, and as I told you, he becomes option number 3 for a backup quarterback for the Dolphins. Garoppolo first, and then Dobbs Minshew. One of those two guys will be number 2 or 3. I kind of put Minshew 2B and Joshua Dobbs 2A, something like that. It's kind of what I would do. And that's it. That is it. It's on the NFL side. I don't see any other big time news coming out. All right, folks. We appreciate all of you out there as always. Thank you for keeping it locked here and supporting it. And please hit the like button. Visit our amazing sponsors. Cutter's Edge Pro is absolutely fantastic. If you need landscaping, Sloman's Home Security, 1-800-ALARM-ME, Toyota of Hollywood, of course, Herbie Lopez and the great people at Toyota of Hollywood, R&M Contractors and Custom Drywall, so many of our great sponsors, BigCheeseMiami.com. Tell them that Big O sent you. They'll take care of you. So whoever you visit, Caneswear, always mention us because that always helps. We shall see you tomorrow. And we thank Sean Stanley. Same time, same place, same Pat channel.
This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.